Jayson Tatum doubtful for game 2. Why, if there's ever a series for him to miss games, this is the one. Plus, you'll hear Al Horford's reaction. He is mad about the hard fouls. And Payton Pritchard, 6th man of the year. It's all now on the Locked On Celtics podcast.
Yup. Being down, be ever ready. Recognize the city of champs. Back to back, if I say it, it's stamped. Locked on number 19, the best one, the next one. Juice loose in your pool now for the next run. It's the C's, who else could it be? What they gon' say now? Screaming like JT Karalis, recap the madness every game, every practice. Best daily pod, no cap like Brad Beckett. Clutch like Jrue to KP, tap in daily. Prime time, dapping D White on the sideline. Rain and Jace, how it started, raising banners, how we finished. Locked on Celtics pod, home of the winners.
Hey there, welcome back to the Locked On Celtics podcast, right here in the Locked On Podcast Network. It's your team every day. I got you Monday through Friday, plus bonus podcasts on weekends when they play, or maybe there's just something big to talk about. Make sure you're subscribed, get the show directly to your favorite podcasting app. Watch the show on YouTube, get into the comment section, let me know what you are thinking. I'm John Karalis, beat writer for Boston Sports Journal. I've been covering the Celtics for about 20 years. I've written a couple of books about the Celtics, so I've got inside knowledge. I will be in Orlando at all of these road games, so make sure you're following this show to get all the inside stuff. Like today, later on, Al Horford's reaction to Payton Pritchard's 6th man of the year. Al Horford's angry reaction. It doesn't sound angry, but trust me, he's not happy about how the hard fouls went and all of that. We're going to start with Jayson Tatum, and I'm going to start by telling you this show is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off your first purchase. The Celtics got bad news. Jayson Tatum diagnosed with a bone bruise, so his shooting hand sore. According to Shams Charania, it is a pain tolerance thing, so he is listed as a doubtful for Game 1. Now that's not great, but in the grand scheme of things, not the worst thing in the world. Like it's obviously losing your best player is a problem, and you don't want to go any games without your best player. But at the same time, Orlando likes to play slow. They like to draw teams into isolation. They like to draw teams into one-on-one. And Jayson Tatum is a slow one-on-one isolation player at heart. It's very easy to draw Tatum into some of these just one-on-one type of things. He's been great. He's been obviously a big assist guy. He has had a great year, and I'm certainly not trying to say this as a negative for Tatum. However, the best way to beat the Orlando Magic is by playing faster, by playing an up-tempo style. And the Celtics, when they don't have Tatum or Brown or both, are forced to play a more up-tempo style. They tend to play better in transition with Tatum off the floor. The numbers show that with Tatum on the floor, the play is slower. And they're, according to Cleaning the Glass, the Holiday, White, Brown, Horford, Kristaps Porzingis starting lineup in, I don't want to say limited minutes, but, not the most minutes, but 155 possessions was a plus 13.4 in their games. Now, a lot of that is type of opponent, so on and so forth, but Orlando is not, it's not like it's OKC, where this would be a problem. It's not like it's Cleveland, where this would be a problem, or New York, where this would be a problem. Against the Orlando Magic, they are okay with Tatum driving. They help a little bit, maybe a little bit more in Game 1 than we thought, but they want contested layups. And if Tatum kind of falls back into some of the old habits like he did a little bit in Game 1, that plays a little bit more into what Orlando wants to do. Without Tatum, you're going to have Derrick White, Jrue Holiday, Payton Pritchard, Sam Hauser, those guys. Now, they're smaller guys. Maybe the defense suffers a little bit. But against the Orlando Magic, again, why this matchup is the one where you say, okay, Tatum missing time. If the basketball gods have predetermined Tatum is going to miss time in this playoff run, you say, okay, we'll make you this deal. It has to be against the Orlando Magic. And you say, okay, you give up a little bit defensively, but the Magic's offense is so bad, really, that you can get away with it. You play an up-tempo style, they hate that. So you can take advantage of their weaknesses. And look, this is the strength of the Celtics. You're still throwing Holiday, White, Brown, Horford, and Porzingis out there as a starting lineup. You get to go double big right off the bat. So you throw a double big lineup out there, and you can still, even though you take some of your wing length out with Tatum off the floor, you still have Horford and Porzingis. And offensively, now you have a double big lineup on the floor where they're going to have to figure out, okay, how do we guard this? This might be not so bad for Boston. It's a weird kind of dynamic. And again, I do not want to make it sound like the Celtics are better off here, but in this particular matchup against the Magic, the loss of Tatum doesn't hurt them as much defensively. Now, they're going to miss his rebounding. He had 14 rebounds. They're going to have to gang rebound. That is a thing they're going to have to focus on. The rebounding early on was a problem. Maybe without Tatum, they're more keen to it. So, but that is a weakness that they're going to have to deal with. But without Tatum, the speed at which they play, the ball more in Derrick White's hands, the ball more in Jrue Holiday's hands. Payton Pritchard comes in. He gets to move the ball. They get to play a little bit more up tempo. They push the pace. It's a style. It just does not work for Orlando. So I'm okay with Tatum missing time. And this is the Magic, right? This is a 7th seed. It's not like they are guaranteed to beat the Celtics now. It's not like it is Cleveland where the lack of scoring hurts you and they can keep up with your pace. So I'm okay with it. Take game 2. I think game 2 is going to go fine. In fact, I weirdly feel like game 2 might go better than fine. Like the Celtics are going to have to focus in. They're going to have to be on for 48 minutes. Those guys are going to have to play. They know that they're going to have to play fast. They're going to push that pace. I think they're going to come out strong, stay strong, and I don't know that Orlando is going to have the type of run in them to like. I don't think that second quarter goes the same way. It's weird to say, but I think this will work for Boston just fine. And if I'm, sit Tatum game 2, if it works, sit him game 3, rest it. Like just let it heal. It's a bone bruise. It's not going to heal right away, but just let it settle. Let him get used to it. Let him, if you need to get some kind of pain relief injection, do it, but don't waste it now. Don't waste an injection on the wrist now. If you've got limited time, if you win game 2, you say, all right, let's see. Maybe you sit game 3. If you can win game 3, then let's just see how long you can ride this out. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with Tatum. I'm okay with it. What do you want me to say? Al Horford said a lot. Al Horford was clearly not happy with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and the foul that led to this Tatum injury. So, I'll play it. I'll let you hear exactly from Al Horford's mouth what he said coming up next. Today's show is brought to you by Game Time. You can download the Game Time app and make sure you're there. I tell you, I was at this game, and there's nothing like an atmosphere of a playoff game. With Game Time, you can go check out these last-minute tickets and take the stress out of last-minute ticket hunting. Maybe without Tatum there, somebody's like, you know what? I'm going to sell my tickets. I'll go to another one. This is maybe your way to get into Game 2. Go check it out. Game Time makes it fast and easy to get those playoff tickets when demand is sky high. Prices on the app go down as the playoff gets closer. Last-minute deals can save you up to 60%. I've used Game Time. My wife has used Game Time. We've gone to Red Sox games. We've gone to concerts. So the last minute deal save you up to 60%. You're buying last minute for sports, concert, comedy, theater. It's there. The all-in pricing means no surprise fees at checkout. What you see is what you pay. They have a seat view from there so you can see what you're going to see. Very easy. It's a great app. And you can take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code LOCKEDONNBA. You'll get $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem the code LOCKEDONNBA, LOCKED, LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Thank you for making Locked On Celtics your first listen every day. Go ahead and sign up for that Locked On Celtics newsletter. Go to LockedOnDaily.com, click on the Locked On Celtics logo. And if you do that within the next 8 days, you've got, 7 days, till April 30th, you're automatically entered into sweepstakes here to win one of 3 prizes: $2,500 Best Buy gift card, $300 Game Time gift card, or $200 Fanatics gift card. All you got to do is sign up, and you're automatically in. But also, you get a cool newsletter. You read the newsletter. It's a great way to keep up with the podcast. If for some reason you missed one, you get an email into your inbox. Celtics NBA fantasy coverage, links to Celtics coverage everywhere. It's a good newsletter. Al Horford was very animated. And animated for Al Horford. He and Payton Pritchard were asked a few questions here on Orlando's physicality, the hard foul, the intimidation factor that Orlando was going for. And it's very out. If you saw the video of the play, you could see Al looking at KCP and saying that's 3. Now, I remember one hard foul earlier in the game, that hard foul that led to the injury. I don't know what the other one was. I forget. But it's very obvious that Al Horford was like, this is a problem. And if you remember, Trae Young had said, he got upset because these guys have hurt some of my players too. And so there's this feeling out there that, hey, Orlando, we're not, it's great that you're physical, but you're taking it too far. Here's the exchange with multiple reporters, including me and Al Horford. You can hear how upset he really is. For Al Horford, it doesn't show a lot, but you can hear it.
Did you think there was something extra there, or
yes.
What were you trying to convey?
Yeah, no, there was something extra. It was about the second or third time that especially KCP went at him in that way. So yeah.
What were you trying to say there, and what's kind of the message you were trying to send?
It was all about checking on my guy, making sure he was fine, and that's over with.
When it comes to a team like Orlando, a very physical team, underdogs, do you think that those types of plays with Jayson and others during the game are meant to try to gain some sort of psychological advantage for them? Are they trying to bait you guys into something?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what goes into it with it. The only thing I would say is that it is the playoffs, so the game's going to be more physical. It's going to be more intense. I feel like those plays are probably going to happen more often than not.
Do you put that in the back of your mind, Al? Like you looked and you said it's 3 times. Like the tape showed you looking at KCP, and that's 3 times, bro. Like you're going to put that in the back of your mind. What do you do for a future playoff series? You've been in a lot of playoff series where people are trying to make statements. How do you compartmentalize that, and what do you do you can't be more physical, you don't want to stoop to their level, but what do you do in reaction to that?
It just reminds you what playoffs are, the intensity you play with. We're all competing, we're playing hard. There's a level to it. In the regular season, you probably don't see it as consistent. In the playoffs, there's a lot of it. So that's just a reminder.
Just a reminder. I love the very beginning of that clip where it was Horford. Bobby Manning asked, "Was there something extra?" And right away he's like, "Yes." Yes, there was something extra. Al's not the type to come out and just blast somebody, but that very, very clearly to me said that Al's not happy with this. And when Al's not happy, things happen. He makes sure that things happen. You remember him against Giannis, the dunk. He will find a way. Once upon a time in, back in my day, not to say that this was better or worse, but back in my day, somebody would have let KCP know. Like, KCP would not have escaped that game without a hard foul heading his way. I wonder if Joe will get into that. I don't think the Celtics will buy into that mentality. And I know there's probably some of you who are like, well, he should. And look, there's always going to be a visceral part of me that says, yeah, man, you got to police this stuff on the floor. I also understand that it's 2025 and the refs are going to be in tune to it. If Kentavious Caldwell-Pope goes up for a three-pointer and someone trucks him, like just a reckless closeout, you take the flagrant one and you deal with it, then so be it. And if Torrey Craig checks into the game in the first quarter and trucks KCP, there's going to be a little bit of a discussion with the refs and be like, hey, we are not stupid. We know what you did here, right? Here's a guy who didn't play, and I know you're down. You're down if this is assuming Jayson Tatum doesn't play, but I think there's the potential for it really will affect the game. It'll affect how the game is officiated. It could affect who plays, how fines or retribution or any of that stuff. So in the modern game, you don't want to risk somebody getting hurt. You do not want to go hurt Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. That's certainly not what I'm saying. But I do say that back in the day, there'd be a hard foul just to let you know, be like, hey, this is not cool. It's not cool. We're going to put you on the ground, and you're going to be reminded that watch yourself. Just watch yourself. But that's a very old school mentality. Yeah, I can't shake that feeling. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happened. But the best thing to do is not get caught up in it. Again, in 2025, you don't want to put your team at a disadvantage. You don't want to show them that you're thinking about that. You want to go out there and just play your game, and you deal with it. And the refs are already going to be in tune to it. Those hard fouls are going to be something that, it's happened now in the, Orlando's playing. It's happened now in game one. Watch for it. Be aware of it. Call them. And, I think the officials will be more aware of, hey, watch, err on the side of caution. If you think it's going to go either way, you start calling these flagrants and you make sure that they don't recklessly challenge these guys. But there's no doubt in my mind that Orlando's trying to intimidate the Celtics. It's all they got. It's all they have. If you're being honest with yourself, you can have all the confidence in the world, but if you're being honest with yourself, you know that your two best players had awesome games and you still couldn't crack 90 points. The Celtics' three best players didn't have their best games. Kristaps Porzingis had a terrible game, and they still scored 103, and you were lost by 17. So you're overmatched. You know it. So you got to go out there and intimidate. You got to go out there and try and win the psychological war. Payton Pritchard, I asked him a couple of questions about it. Just, hey, look, what do you think you think they're trying to send a message? Here's our exchange.
A team like Orlando, physical team, big team, underdogs going up against the champs, might seem like they're going to throw their weight around a little bit. We've seen those hard fouls on Jayson. It seems like it's an attempt at intimidation. How is that received by you guys? How do you react when the other team's tactics are to kind of toe the line of the physicality?
I don't know. I don't feel intimidated. Like, I grew up playing physical basketball in the backyard, so playing with my brothers and friends, and I think we all have. So no matter what a hard foul is, we're just going to get up and play ball and just check it back up. So Obviously, they fouled him hard, and he had a little fall, but it's not going to stop us from what we're trying to achieve. It's not going to knock us off our path.
Do you feel like there's still, or if there is any perception around the league that, that's how you get to you guys, that because you're such a, high-powered offensive team, that maybe you're seen as less physical and teams are going to try to push that button?
It's fine. They can try it. See if it works. We'll go into the game and do what we do.
It's fine. They can try. See if it works. Great quote from Payton Pritchard. I'm sure they will try. We'll see if it works. We'll see how the Celtics respond. But look, I don't blame Orlando for trying to be physical and intimidating. Celtics can't let it be intimidating, and very clearly they don't. Now Payton Pritchard has something to celebrate. Al Horford's reaction on Payton Pritchard winning Sixth Man of the Year is next. Today's show is brought to you by the Amazon Fire TV Stick. Oh, hold on. I've got to do my wardrobe. Yeah, boy. Amazon Fire TV. It's also an Xbox. Did you know that? You can turn your TV into a gaming entertainment hub with the Fire TV Stick 4K device. No console required. Grab your paired controller, subscribe or sign in to the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with EA Play included, and you're ready to play. I am traveling to Orlando. I'm going to be sitting in my hotel room. I'm no stranger to a video game, so I'm going to pack the Fire Stick 4K, Fire TV Stick 4K with a paired controller, and boom, I don't have to take a console with me. I've got a little time. I want to sit there. I want to play maybe a little Fortnite, or maybe some EA Sports College Football or Call of Duty or something like that. It's right there. I can fire it up, stick it in the back there into the HDMI input on the hotel TV, and boom, I'm gaming. So you can play high quality Xbox games at a fraction of the cost of a console. If you already have a console, the Fire TV Stick 4K device is more affordable and easier to travel with. So you can do it with your kids if you're traveling. So check it out. Go to Amazon.com/Fire TV Locked On to get started. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription and compatible controller is required. Available on select devices, including Fire TV Stick 4K, second generation, Fire TV Stick 4K Max, first and second generation, and Fire TV Cube, third generation. Thank you for making Locked On Celtics your first listen every day. Go check out Locked On Magic. Make them your second listen. Philip Rossman-Reich's got the Magic covered. Get the other side of the story. Get their take on the Tatum situation, the hard fouls. He is listening to what we're saying. We're listening to what he's saying. So go check it out. Locked On Magic. Make Locked On Magic your second listen. There's a Locked On for every team. So if you want to get caught up on, maybe you think the Knicks, or maybe you think Detroit is up next, Locked On Pistons, Locked On Knicks. There's always a team out there for you to listen to. So check it out. Let's get to Payton Pritchard, Sixth Man of the Year, and very impressive. It was a runaway for Pritchard, who got 82 first place votes, 13 second place votes, 5 third place votes, total of 454 points. Malik Beasley in Detroit had 13 first place votes, so basically a 69 first place vote differential. The final points, 454 to 279. So very easy win for Pritchard. Ty Jerome got 2 first place votes. To DeAndre Hunter got a couple. Naz Reid got 1. And that's so the full list is Pritchard, Beasley, Ty Jerome, DeAndre Hunter, Naz Reid, Nickeil Alexander-Walker in Minnesota. Russell Westbrook got 4 third place votes, and Alex Caruso in Oklahoma City got 1 vote, which, okay, sure. Very happy for Payton Pritchard. Let me just say that. In fact, let me let Al Horford say that, because Al Horford really summed it up very well.
I'm just so proud of, Payton and the job that he's done. His consistency with his work ethic and how hard he works, how he's taking care of his body, how he took the challenge on this year and trying to take his game to another level, not only on the offensive end but defensively. It's remarkable to see. and then just being put in different positions and trying to figure it out. That there was certain games, a few games this year that he could have gone and scored a lot more or chased records and done things like that. And you can see this tape because you can see the film. He's making the right play after right play in different moments. Instead of going for him, he's making an extra pass because it's the right thing to do. He's, passing up a 3 and getting a 2 when he has a chance to break a 3-point record. So like he plays the right way, and I'm just so impressed how he's been able to handle everything and how he gets himself ready to compete at that level. So I don't think it's any secret. I don't want to jump the gun, but I'm just very, very happy for Payton.
When when the question was starting to be posed to Al, as the question was being asked, he's there pumping his fist. He's like, yeah, that's right. Pritchard is beloved in the locker room. You think about a couple seasons ago, he wanted out because he wasn't playing. The guy is a baller. The guy wants to play basketball. And to Brad Stevens' credit, he did not give in to the request. And to Payton Pritchard's credit, he rededicated himself and he understood how to take certain things. And he's spoken a lot about the learning, the growing, and understanding. Like in game 1, he normally gets in at the 6-minute mark. And in game 1, he didn't get in until 2 minutes to go. And right away, he bangs a 3 and he comes in hot. And Brad Stevens has always talked about he's super impressed with guys who can sit on the bench and then come out right away and just boom, you're into it. Boom, you're hot. Hit that first shot, go. It's so hard to do. It's so hard. Pritchard has grown a lot. And, it's a little easier for him. People forget that he's 27 years old. He came into the league as a senior after 4 years of college. So he's been in the league a few years. So he's right there, and he's hitting his prime right now too. He understands the league a lot better. He's not letting negative things that are out of his control kind of get him down, maybe like he used to. And it paid off. And the Celtics just, have created this environment where guys can star in their role. You think about it, a couple years ago, Malcolm Brogdon was a 6th man of the year. They've got guys who understand and accept their roles, and the culture of this team allows guys to kind of thrive in these roles, and they understand what's asked of them and they do it to the best of their ability. And it's also the type of people that this franchise has been looking for. They're not taking chances on malcontents. This is high quality people. And if you got high quality people that understand the value of hard work, then that's going to generally work out. And the Celtics have a bunch of talented guys. They might have like 6 of the, I don't want to limit it to 6 because Luke Cornett is like the nicest guy, but talent wise, you think about like the all nice guy team, the Celtics, the Boston Celtics are the all nice guy team, but nice guys don't have to finish last. They finish first in Boston because the work, because of the mentality, because of the drive, the desire, the competitiveness. And I'm happy for Payton Pritchard. That dude has worked. He's put people, like, I've been skeptical of Pritchard. I have been, obviously, if you're an everydayer, if you're with me Monday through Friday, you'll sit there and be like, John, you're gushing a lot about a guy that you've been down on before. And yeah, I say this all the time, man. I would rather be wrong about a guy not making it and have him prove me wrong and be great than be wrong about a guy making it and have him fall on his face. I don't mind being wrong. I give my opinions. I'm not going to be right all the time. I give my opinions, and I do think there are still limitations, right? Pritchard is going to face certain limitations against certain guys, and that's just because of his height and all that stuff. But he has closed the gap on so many of those limitations. It's amazing. And that makes him a high value player, a guy that you can count on. And he has grown to a point where I couldn't have seen this coming. I didn't see this coming. And I don't know who saw this coming necessarily. And if you did, great. But I didn't. And I'm so happy for him to be able to prove somebody like me wrong. I'll put a hand up. I doubted. You proved me wrong. Congratulations. I love it. I love it. You know, I say, like, I want JD Davison. I've said this before. I want JD Davison to be this guy. I want to talk to JD Davison in 2 years when he's still here and be like, I didn't think you were going to make it. And you did. And you shut me up. You know, Jaylen Brown. I said this about Jaylen Brown. I've said this about Jaylen Brown. Early in his career, I put him in boxes and he broke through all of those and I learned to stop. It's totally fine with me. Totally fine with me. I tend to be skeptical about how much certain guys are going to grow. And when they do, trust me, it's an aberration. I'm more right about stuff like that than I am wrong. And in these cases, I'm wrong about a couple of these guys in a big way on the same team. This is not normal to grow this much. So I say that as a true testament to what Jaylen, but also in this particular case, I'm talking about what Payton Pritchard has done to grow. Al Horford, everything that he said is so spot on. Payton Pritchard just wants to play the right way. He wants to win at all costs. Play 4 seconds, play 4 minutes, play 40 minutes. Whatever it is, as long as you win, he's happy. He's happier playing, obviously, but he's a winner, a true winning player. He works as hard as anybody, which I respect the hell out of, and he is not giving in to his limitations, which is amazing. So I'm happy for a guy like Pritchard because it's nice to see that type of effort rewarded. 'Cause a lot of times it's not. So congratulations to Payton Pritchard. My next podcast will be a post-game podcast after Game 2. See, maybe Jayson Tatum plays, maybe he doesn't, but we'll see. Full reaction after that game. It'll be a little bit later. My post-game podcast on these starts tend to be a little bit later, but it's going to be there for you. So make sure you're subscribed if you get your podcast. I will be in Orlando. The game Friday. I'll do a post-game there. I will do a post-game after Sunday's game, and then was it Sunday, Monday's game, whatever it is, I'll be there. Podcast from Orlando, insider access there. So make sure you're following me on my socials, follow me on this podcast, subscribe. If you are a follower, if you are an everydayer, make sure you share the podcast. Tell everybody they should be listening to and watching the Locked On Celtics podcast here on the Locked On Podcast Network. It's your team every day.